Good afternoon. My name is Jim Conlan, and welcome to the latest episode of our entertainment show. As you know, each week we like to premiere upcoming movies and TV series that will be debuting for that particular month in Ireland. And this week we're delighted to talk about an upcoming movie which is premiering worldwide on October the 21st here in Ireland and all over the world. It features Dwayne Johnson as the hero himself in Black Adam. Which is a sort of a genre into the Marvel sort of universe as well. The Rock's first venture, he plays the character Tessa Adams, and I'm delighted to be joined by one of the stars of the movie today, the one and only Natalie Burn, who plays the role of a revolutionary mercenary. And it's important to note that other actors that appear in this movie also include Aldous Hodge, Henry Cavill, Sarah Shahi, just to name a few. So, Natalie, first of all, great excitement for you. I suppose great anticipation. We're only like 2 weeks away now, or less even, from the premiere of Black Adam. How excited are you? And is it sort of gearing up? Is it a busy, hectic time for you with all media obligations at the moment?
Oh my God. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on your podcast, or radio interview, right?
Radio, yes.
Congrats on doing it. I checked it out. It looks fun. I'm super excited about the movie coming out. I'm just full of joy, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it, of course. I worked on it briefly in Atlanta. It was one of those insane moments in my life when I auditioned and I just booked it, which is, for me, like, it happens very rarely. I don't know. Like, I mean, I hear stories like people book eventually stuff after auditioning like hundreds of times. So I think that's kind of like what happened to me. I'm like, I audition, and I rarely book stuff. So to book Black Adam was like insane. Obviously, it was surreal, and to work on set of such a huge production, it was incredible. Like, just an amazing experience. And of course, I got to know all the cast, and a lot of the cast, not all of it, but a lot of the cast, and they're just like so grounded and great performance, amazing actors, and just like everybody's like super stoked about this film. I can't wait for everybody to see it. I haven't seen it, so I can't tell you anything else about it.
And Natalie, in terms of the audition, was it a rigorous audition process? Had you sort of 2 or 3 sort of trials to get through in terms of landing that sort of role in terms of callbacks?
I actually, no, I sent out a tape, which was, again, we were doing it during
COVID.
COVID, yeah, during the pandemic, and of course, like, nobody was seeing anybody live, and I don't think anybody is still seeing anybody live. It's very rarely when you get called in nowadays. So of course now everything is, you just have to record yourself and send a tape and just kind of like wait. And I did, and I was in Atlanta at the time shooting another project for A&E Network. It was a Lifetime original movie, and I was lucky enough to get an agent who just saw me, and they were like, "Hey, let's try and get you some work here in Atlanta while you're here." And that's what happened. I auditioned, and they called me. They straight away called my agent about a month later, and they said I got the job, but I wasn't sure like which character it was. So I think they started shifting things around. So eventually they're like, "We'll get back to you. We'll let you know when she's filming, and who she's playing and all that." So originally I had completely different dialogue and different scenes as to what I booked in the film. So it's a process. You still kind of like wait around. And the crazy part about auditions is that we're constantly auditioning. We're doing it for free, but we're pretending it's a job, and then we're waiting. So.
And Natalie, in terms of Black Adam, when did you hear that Dwayne Johnson? Did you know from the start that Dwayne Johnson was the lead sort of role in the movie when you were sort of applying, or in terms of the other actors or cast members? Was it the first day you arrived on set that you became aware of who else was appearing in the movie?
Oh yeah, no, I already knew that Dwayne was attached. I already knew that Pierce Brosnan was attached, and majority of the cast, because I came in and I was auditioning already during the middle part of their filming, so they had already filmed a lot of stuff. And then I came in and it was yeah, it's can't really say what I'm who I'm playing, what I'm, but it's like I basically like just dived into their cast, and I was just an addition to what was happening in the movie.
And Natalie, I do believe you come from a martial arts sort of background as well. So does this movie see you perform a good lot of stunts?
Oh, I wish I did way more. I mean, I'm using the weaponaries, so
Mm.
obviously, so that's something that I'm doing, and we did have we did have to do a little bit of like not fighting, but certain things to to protect ourselves. But I wish I had done way more, because yes, I have abilities to do my own stunts and mixed martial arts and all kinds of stuff. So I'm always like excited when I get an opportunity to do that, because I'm like, oh my god, I get to see how far I can push myself. So it was still amazing to be a part of it, because when you're on such a major set and you're walking around, and first of all, we're not allowed to use cameras, not allowed to use social media or take pictures or anything like that, so you're kind of just like taking it in and trying to remember like how that moment felt. And the crazy part is that once they say action, you have enormous amount of like people, a lot of actors in the scene, and just huge backgrounds and massive explosions and all kinds of stuff happening right around you, and you're just stunned by how everything is being operated at the same time. So you're like, wow, I hope I don't mess up. Imagine I'm the only one who messes it up and they have to redo everything. So
And Natalie, in terms of arriving on set, were they long days for you in terms of your shoot, in terms of your character role, or was it maybe a 2 week sort of stint that you were on the set of Black Adam, or was it much longer?
no, I'd only worked a few days actually. So I was in like I said, I was in addition to the film, and I wish I'd worked a lot more, but it was like a smaller part. But I'm still grateful, of course, that I got that. But the days were long. Yeah, I mean they're just exactly what you expect it to be. You come in, you sit there and you work for like 12 hours, and then they say, all right, cool.
And I suppose, Natalie, in terms of, did you get to meet Dwayne Johnson under your first day arriving on set? And do you remember what sort of did you have to get to have a conversation with him, maybe in between sort of takes, or a few words?
I unfortunately did not get to meet him. Like his character, um, in the scenes that I am involved in, he kind of just flies over us. So we don't like I can't really say much, because obviously he couldn't fly himself, but I'm assuming he will in the movie. So unfortunately I didn't get to meet him, but it was I met other cast members, and they're all amazing and very friendly and just talented people to work with. So it was still great to be a part of it.
And I suppose, Natalie, it is a busy time for you as well. You have another movie coming out as well, I do believe, The Enforcer, with Antonio Banderas. You might enlighten us a bit about that, if you can give some tiny bits away without delving into detail. Is it a more action type, thriller type movie?
Oh, I can tell you everything about that one now. It's already out. So
Yeah.
it's out in US. It came out like a week ago. It's called The Enforcer, starring Antonio Banderas, Kate Bosworth, 2 Chainz. It's a great, fun film that I had produced as well as I'm starring in it. It's my company, Born to Burn Films, and I paired up with Millennium Media, who helped me put the whole film together. We shot in Greece. We had an amazing time. Saloniki has been like super helpful and very supportive of us being there. It was the first film to be shot in Saloniki, actually.
Okay.
So lot more after that. We had a great experience. The crew, the people, everybody has been like really, really nice to us. So the film is centered around Antonio's character. He plays the lead. His name is Kuda, and he is an assassin who decides to basically redeem himself and stop doing what he's been doing. His boss, Kate Bosworth, who plays this femme fatale character, she hires him to do his last job, but he basically doesn't want to do it because it goes against his morals. And he breaks everything, you know, he quits everything to save this girl that he just met on the street, who reminds him of his daughter. So it's kind of a little bit of like the Leon the Professional, that kind of feel to it. And Antonio does an amazing job in it. So I seriously, like, you know, I want everybody to see it because his performance in that movie is just, it's stellar. He's a legend. Yeah, and he was fantastic to work with.
And Natalie, what is your own role within the movie?
So I play his ally. So whenever something goes wrong, he comes to see me. I'm this boss woman who owns her own like a golf place. And he basically visits me when he needs to pretend like he was playing golf instead of like doing some other things. So.
And Natalie, in terms of, as you mentioned, a busy time for you with sort of 2 movies out at the moment in terms of the pipeline, is that the 12 of Natalie Burn in terms of what's available at the moment? Have you a TV series maybe in the works, or is it busy time for you involved in projects?
I am involved with a few projects. I'm currently in post on my action movie where you do get to see me fight a lot and do a lot of martial arts. Like, so for people who love like insane amount of MMA fighting, we've got you in this movie. It's called The Groomsman, and it's coming out later next year. Well, not later, it's coming out potentially on Valentine's Day. So we're really, really excited about the theatrical release. And then I'm also flying to Italy to finish my medieval movie that's called The Last Redemption.
Okay, busy times for Natalie Burn. Natalie, for the final 30 seconds, you might enlighten all our audience here in Ireland why they should tune in on October the 21st for Black Adam and what's in store for them.
Well, I hope they do. I hope they're gonna tune in because it's gonna be an amazing movie and lots of fun and action.
Yeah, and I'll also flip that question. The Enforcer out in the USA, coming out soon here in Ireland, I do believe as well, if it's not out. And same question in terms of The Enforcer.
Oh, I think they just need to check out me. Me and Antonio. No, I'm just kidding. I think the movie just has a lot of credibility and a lot of soul. And if people like movies with deep characters, it's one of those films.
Natalie Burn, a pleasure talking to you today as we look in joyful anticipation of Black Adam coming out on October the 21st. And we wish you all the success with The Enforcer as well, out at the moment, the US, and soon to come out here in Ireland as well. Natalie, an absolute pleasure. Stay safe, stay well, and hopefully, please God, speak to you sometime in the near future again.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me again. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.